Hey, could I get a glass of water, please?
Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm okay. In 2023, the fire and the flood destroyed a large part of the city we now call Chrysalis. The question was, how do you survive something like that, come back better? And so for us, for generations to come, I hope, it became really important to find happiness and a sense of purpose in everything we did. So I was a first responder after it. And just, you see that the homes and businesses and people are just, they're just gone. It was really that bad. But it didn't end us. I'm happy to say it gave us a real jolt, and that jolt sort of became a spark. And so the challenge, of course, is you just don't know how to build the future and know what's going to happen. But we were keen to get started, and that energy, that drive to rebuild as fast as we could, and we just had to trust each other with that. And so we imagined new ways to add sustainability to our everyday lives. We continued talking to each other. Yeah, there was a lot of talking and voting and talking and voting, and we still do that. And I think we've built it back better. There's gardens up on the roof. We're planting milkweed up there now, in fact, and it feels really nice. I guess all in all, I realized that we have tools, but we're part of nature too, and so that's an interesting cycle and a circle to have, as well as the way we look into ourselves now as a way of looking back out. And for many, I'd say that that's kind of our religion, our spiritual core, to find our uniqueness, collective power, to connect with the planet and with all of us. I'm glad you came. It's really great.
Thanks, Grandad.
Chrysalis. It's a city as a garden. I was basically a kid during the wildfires and the flooding. Rebuilding the city with a smaller population was a chance to rise from the ashes and the silt. That excited me. Our city motto is loving hearts, willing minds, and lots of curiosity. Now I know you're going to ask about the gondolas. All the roads were washed out. It was the cheapest and fastest way to restore travel in a hilly terrain without a large infrastructure. But this was a moment when we thought, you know what? We can do this better. We don't need to replace the old system. Plus, people loved those gondolas. Of course, we do have a skeletal road system, but we have no fossil fuel vehicles. Originally, some folks thought no cars at all would be ideal, but we have to consider the diversity of our people and their mobility needs. Overall, our goal was to build a city that is walkable, bikeable, and appealing, and it's working great. A lot of the walking paths people use are made of old tires and built-in rubble. That was huge. Really got the circular economy going. Use and reuse and repurpose and regenerate. That's how we do it here.
Tell me about the domes.
We discovered domes are the safest design for seismic activity and other disasters, which obviously was on our minds. The biomaterials that we used were mold-proof, fire-resistant, and sequestered carbon, like hempcrete. It has largely replaced wood and plastic as building materials. It was amazing. We've got hills of this stuff.
Nature really is the whole ethos here in Chrysalis.
Absolutely. Rewilding ancient migration corridors for salmon, deer, bears, and even insects has been huge. And we are so proud of the Riverwalk. It's a way to honor the river. Our watershed management is our way to keep the river healthy. Within and around the city are interlocking swales, retention ponds, and wetland areas. We caused the fire and flooding that altered our city forever. But working with and respecting nature has restored our city. And now the humans in it are thriving.
When my dad would talk about Grandad, he would talk a lot about how
like sensible and practical he is. But I don't see that. I think he's naive. Like, I think this whole place is naive. I really want so much to believe that this could make a difference, that it could be a real model. But there's so many things that just don't make sense. Like the Chrysalians, they only work 5 hours a day. How can they afford that? How did they afford all of this? How can they defend that luxury of time? What are they doing with it? Are they not bored? Was my thought, until I saw my name on the chore wheel, and that is why I'm here at our plots doing some weeding. It's actually quite meditative, I have to say. Although there was a guy that came up to me earlier who told me that he could really teach me about the birds and the bees, because, you know, keeping the pollinators here is so important. And I politely declined. This place really does have its moments, honestly. Like yesterday, around the dinner table, some people just started improvising a play about spirituality and poo, I believe. And on the table next to us, there was a group of people that were weaving baskets together. You know, in my 7 years of doing this series, I have never met a city, been in a city that's more, I don't know, relaxed, but also so productive. It doesn't make any sense. Although then I guess it does make perfect sense. Like, we're not what we do. We're not what we produce. Being is enough, connecting back to nature, to ourselves, to the world. It's all connected. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god, do you see this? Do you see? Hello.
I'm busy drawing a bee.
Did you make that at school?
No, I made it at creativity camp.
Is that something you do on the weekends?
No, it's something special we do before the festivals. We sing and march all the way down the river walk. Every camp is doing a different life cycle. Mine is doing bees. Then we're going to do the worm dance for this finale. I know a lot of worms.
Oh, you know worms.
On the roof, we're wiggle buddies through the social ecological human-animal continuum. I take care of them and they take care of me. It's like a circle.
What about school?
There's no school this week, just camp.
Your parents worry that you're taking time away from learning.
Away? There's no away from learning.
I learned about the monarch butterflies this week. I saw them. It's amazing that you brought them back.
They came back because we made it nice for them.
Yes, Chrysalis is a nice place.
But they only come here for some sleepovers. Mama talks to people all over the country. We made a path for them. We listen to them. With willing hearts and loving minds and lots of curiosity.
Sure, I get it.
I don't think you do. A lot of grown-ups don't.
What do you think you'll do when you grow up?
Part-time engineer, part-time sculptor, part-time aerobics instructor. You think it's silly?
No, actually, I don't think that's silly at all.
Are you going to stay?
Here.
Yeah, in Chrysalis. We all help each other here. I'll help you.
Do you think I should?
Yeah, I think you should.
Okay. Praise bees.
Huh? Oh, my friends are here. It's time for me to go.